Hello. Welcome to eCommerce Expert, the absolute commerce, money and invest. Welcome to day 5 of cybersecurity, which is about phishing attack. As an e-commerce store owner, you are liable to occasional phishing attempts. Phishing is a type of scam that uses fake websites or email addresses to steal your sensitive information. As an e-commerce company, you are always looking for ways to protect your customers' data. You're also probably interested in protecting your own information as well. But phishing can make that difficult. Phishing is when criminals pretend to be from a reputable organization in order to trick people into revealing personal information or transferring money. Phishers will often create fake websites and send out emails that look like they're from the real thing, but they'll have addresses with slight changes, like natty0andwide.com instead of nationwide.com. Phishing is a form of attack in which cybercriminals pose as legitimate entities to steal your customers' personal data. This information can then be used to commit credit card fraud, identity theft, and more. Phishing criminals send emails that look like they're from a trusted source. They disguise their identity by impersonating a trustworthy company, say, your bank, and they forge official-looking logos, signatures, and phrasing to make the email seem legitimate. If you didn't know any better, you might think your bank was asking you to log in and check something on your account. Phishing criminals tries to get sensitive information, like your username and password, by pretending to be someone else, like a bank or an online store. They send an email that looks like it's really from company name or PayPal, but in reality the address is just very similar. Or they might send you a link to a page that looks exactly like the page where you log into your account, but it's not actually that page. They'll ask you to click on some link to update or verify your account information. But when you click the link, it takes you to a fake website where you enter your login and password. Right into the hands of the criminal. The most common method of phishing is email, though criminals will also use SMS messages, phone calls, and websites. They'll often appear to be coming from a current or former employer, financial institution, or other legitimate source. But in reality, it's just a way for hackers to steal sensitive information from you by tricking you into clicking on a link that takes you to a bogus website that looks almost exactly like yours. It's called phishing because it's like using bait, the email, to catch prey, your information. Why are phishers targeting e-commerce businesses? Phishers are after personal information that can help them steal identities and gain access to financial accounts. Things like your full name, address, credit card numbers, banking credentials, and even your social security number. All of this is valuable on its own, but if they can obtain enough information about you, they can assume your identity so completely that it's almost impossible to distinguish the real you from the fake you. If phishers get a hold of your customers' credit card numbers, birth dates, or social security numbers, they can sell them on the dark web or use them to commit identity theft or fraud. Or they could take over your customer's bank account and transfer money out of it without their knowledge, sometimes even paying themselves a living wage while doing it. They might want to install malware onto your computer so they can control it remotely and use it in future cyber attacks. In addition to trying to steal things like credit card numbers and bank account information, phishers will sometimes get in touch with e-commerce business owners and try to convince them to buy fake products or services. If someone says they've got a product or service that will help your business grow at an astonishing rate, take it as a red flag until you can verify their claims yourself. Better yet, don't even open the message if it looks suspicious. In order to protect yourself and your customers, it's important for you to know how phishers operate and what to look for in their email so you can tell whether or not it's legitimate. The good news is that you can protect your e-commerce website from phishing, but with the right tools, you can protect your e-commerce store from being compromised. Here are 3 ways to prevent phishers from accessing your site. Make sure your website is secure by adding an SSL certificate. An SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, certificate encrypts data traveling to and from your website, making it harder for hackers to steal your customers' information. You can get an SSL certificate through your hosting provider or purchase one yourself. Check the sender's email address before clicking on any links or opening any attachments. If the address appears suspicious, it most likely is. Don't click on anything. The best way to protect yourself from phishing is to never respond to an unsolicited email that asks for personal information, even if it seems legitimate. Just delete it. Your bank will never send you an email asking for account updates. Neither will the IRS. Keep a strong password on your account and change it regularly. It may be tempting to use a quick password that's easy to remember, but these kinds of passwords are easier for hackers to guess than longer ones. Change up capital letters and add in numbers and symbols to strengthen your password even more. Use two-factor authentication, 2FA, for your website whenever possible. This will ensure that whoever logs into your site using their account credentials is who they say they are. Use two-factor authentication on all accounts connected to your website, including hosting providers and domain registrars. Two-factor authentication requires you to enter a code sent via text message every time you log in, making it more difficult for hackers to break into your accounts without the verification code. These criminals are after one thing: your money. They want to use your account to buy things on your dime, or they might try to sell your personal information on the dark web for someone else to use. Either way, it's bad news for you and need to implement the above best practices. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe, like and share the video.